Listen, darling, I'm about to tell you something that's going to sound absolutely wild, but stick with me, because this one little shift has turned paupers into princes and dreamers into millionaires. What if I told you that the only thing standing between you and everything you desire is not your bank account, not your connections, not your education, but one simple misunderstanding about how the universe actually works? And honey, once you get this, once you really get this, you're going to wonder how you ever lived any other way. Now, before you roll your eyes and think this is another one of those too good to be true prosperity speeches, let me ask you something. Have you ever noticed how some people seem to just glide through life, attracting opportunities like magnets attract metal filings? They get the promotions, they meet the right people at coffee shops, they find money in old coat pockets, and meanwhile you're over here working twice as hard and getting half the results? Don't worry, I see you nodding, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You're not broken, you're not cursed, and you certainly don't need to sacrifice your firstborn to some cosmic deity to get what you want. The truth is, most of us have been taught to manifest like we're begging at the universe's door with a tin cup and a sad story. We approach our desires with desperation, fear, and this underlying belief that we're not quite worthy of the good stuff. We say things like, I hope this works, or maybe if I'm lucky, or my personal favorite, I don't want to get my hopes up. Darling, that's like trying to fill a bucket with a giant hole in the bottom. All your good intentions are just leaking right out. Here's what's really happening, and this is where it gets deliciously simple. The universe, or life, or whatever you want to call this grand mystery we're all swimming in, doesn't respond to your words, it responds to your feeling tone. It's like a cosmic radio that's constantly tuned into your emotional frequency. When you're vibrating from a place of lack, worry, and I don't have enough, guess what the universe hears? More lack, more worry, more not having enough. It's not being mean, it's just being consistent. It's like a faithful dog bringing you exactly what you're putting out there. But here's where it gets exciting. When millionaires think about money, they don't think like poor people hoping to get rich. They think like people who already have money. When they want something, they don't beg for it, they claim it. There's this quiet confidence, this assumption that of course good things flow to them, because that's just how their world works. And here's the kicker. That assumption actually creates their reality. Think about it this way. Have you ever noticed that when you're running late and stressed about finding a parking spot, you drive around in circles forever? But when you're calm and just assume there will be a spot, one opens up right where you need it? That's not coincidence, honey. That's the law of assumption in action. Your inner state creates your outer circumstances faster than you can say financial freedom. Now I know what you're thinking. This sounds lovely in theory, but how do you actually shift from feeling broke and worried to feeling like money flows to you naturally? Well, buckle up, Buttercup, because I'm about to give you the exact roadmap that turns wishful thinking into cold, hard cash in your bank account. First, you need to understand that your current financial situation is not a fact about you. It's just old news. It's the result of old thinking, old beliefs, old emotional patterns. The moment you decide to think differently, you've started creating a new financial reality, even if you can't see it yet. It's like planting a seed. Just because you can't see the tree doesn't mean it's not growing underground. The millionaire shift starts with one simple practice, and I want you to try this today. Instead of thinking, I want money, which immediately puts you in the position of not having it, start thinking, money flows to me easily and naturally. Feel the difference? The first one has you reaching and grasping, the second one has you receiving. And the universe loves a good receiver, darling. But here's where most people mess this up. They say the words, but they don't embody the feeling. It's like trying to convince someone you're confident while your voice is shaking and your hands are trembling. The universe isn't listening to your words, it's reading your energy. So when you affirm that money flows to you, you need to feel it in your bones. You need to walk around like someone who expects good things to happen, because, honey, expectation is the most powerful force in the universe. Here's a little exercise that will change everything for you. Every morning, before you check your phone, before you look at your bank balance, before you dive into the chaos of your day, I want you to spend 5 minutes living in the end. Close your eyes and feel what it feels like to already have everything you desire. Don't visualize it like watching a movie. Embody it like you're living it right now. Feel the relief. Feel the gratitude. Feel the quiet confidence of someone whose life is working beautifully. This isn't wishful thinking. This is training your nervous system to expect abundance. And here's the secret sauce that most people miss. When you're living in this elevated emotional state, you start making different choices. You walk into rooms differently. You speak up in meetings. You notice opportunities that were always there, but you were too stressed to see them. The universe isn't magically dropping bags of money from the sky, although that would be fun. It's orchestrating circumstances through your own elevated actions and awareness. Now, let's talk about the practical side, because I know some of you are thinking this sounds too woo-woo. The millionaire mindset isn't just about feeling good, it's about acting from abundance, even when your bank account hasn't caught up yet. This means you stop making decisions from fear and scarcity. You stop saying, I can't afford it, and start asking, how can I afford it? You stop hoarding your resources and start circulating them, because people who expect more money to come in are comfortable letting money flow out. This might mean investing in yourself when it feels scary, tipping generously when you're worried about your budget, or buying the good coffee because you're worth it. I'm not telling you to be reckless with money. I'm telling you to stop treating it like it's scarce and precious and might never come again. Money is energy, and energy needs to flow to grow. Here's another game changer. Start catching yourself in poverty consciousness throughout the day. Notice when you think, I can't afford that, or that's too expensive, or rich people are greedy. These thoughts are literally programming your subconscious to repel wealth. Every time you catch one of these thoughts, flip it immediately. I can't afford that becomes, I choose to spend my money on other priorities right now. That's too expensive becomes, that's not aligned with my budget currently. Feel how much better those feel. You're not broke, you're choosy. You're not poor, you're strategic. And please, for the love of all that's holy, stop talking about how broke you are. I know it feels honest and authentic, but every time you declare your lack, you're placing an order for more lack. The universe doesn't know you're just venting. It thinks you're making a request. Start speaking about money the way you want it to be, not the way it currently island. Instead of, I'm so broke, try, money is on its way to me. Instead of, I never have enough, try, I always have exactly what I need. Your words are spells. Darling, cast them wisely. Now here's where it gets really fun. Once you start embodying this millionaire energy, you're going to notice that opportunities start showing up in the most unexpected ways. Someone mentions a side hustle that's perfect for your skills. You get an idea for something you could sell. You remember money someone owes you. You find a $20 bill in an old purse. These aren't coincidences. These are the universe responding to your new frequency. But here's the crucial part, and this is where most people sabotage themselves. When these opportunities show up, you have to act on them. You can't just think abundant thoughts and then hide under the covers hoping life will change by itself. The universe brings you the opportunities, but you have to walk through the doors. And sometimes those doors look different than what you expected. Maybe you were hoping for a lottery win, but what shows up is a chance to freelance for extra income. Don't dismiss it because it's not the miracle you ordered. The universe is clever, honey. It often gives us what we need in ways we didn't think to ask for. Stay open, stay flexible, and trust that your good is coming, even if it doesn't look exactly like your Pinterest vision board. Here's something else that separates millionaire thinkers from everyone else. They don't just focus on getting money, they focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally attracts and keeps money. They ask themselves, what would someone who easily makes $1 million think about this situation? How would they handle this challenge? What choices would they make? And then they make those choices, even before they have the $1 million. This might mean investing in learning new skills, networking like you're already successful, dressing like the person you're becoming, or simply carrying yourself with the quiet confidence of someone who knows their worth. You're not faking it till you make it. You're growing into the person who naturally has what you desire. And let's talk about gratitude for a minute, because this is where the magic really accelerates. Most people think gratitude is about being thankful for what you have, which is lovely, but millionaire gratitude is different. It's being thankful for what's already on its way to you. It's thanking the universe in advance for the opportunities, the connections, the ideas, the perfect timing that's already being orchestrated on your behalf. Try this tonight. Before you go to sleep, thank the universe for the money that's already flowing toward you, for the opportunities that are already lining up, for the perfect circumstances that are already being arranged. This isn't denial, this is faith. And faith, darling, is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not yet seen. Now I want you to understand something important. This shift doesn't happen overnight, and that's actually perfect. If you suddenly had $1 million tomorrow, but you still had broke person thinking, you'd probably lose it faster than you could spend it. We've all heard stories about lottery winners who end up more broke than when they started. That's because having money and keeping money require the same millionaire mindset. So be patient with yourself as you practice this new way of being. Some days you'll feel like a money magnet. Other days you'll catch yourself spiraling into lack and limitation. That's normal, that's human, that's part of the process. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. Every time you catch yourself thinking abundantly instead of scarcely, every time you choose faith over fear, every time you act from possibility instead of limitation, you're rewiring your relationship with prosperity. And here's the beautiful thing about this work. The more you practice thinking like someone who attracts abundance easily, the more natural it becomes. What once felt like pretending starts feeling like truth. What once required effort starts happening automatically. You stop having to remember to think abundantly because abundance thinking becomes who you are. So here's what I want you to do right now, today, before you get distracted by everything else demanding your attention. I want you to pick one thing, just one thing, that you've been wanting but telling yourself you can't have. Maybe it's a vacation, maybe it's a course that could advance your career, maybe it's just dinner at that restaurant you've been admiring from the sidewalk. Now, instead of thinking about all the reasons why you can't have it, I want you to spend 5 minutes assuming you're absolutely going to have it. Feel what it will feel like when it's yours. Get excited about it. Start making space for it in your life. And then, and this is the crucial part, take one small action toward it today. Research the vacation, sign up for information about the course, walk into the restaurant and pick up a menu. You're not committing to anything you can't afford. You're simply acting like someone who expects good things to happen. You're training your nervous system to receive what you desire instead of repel it. And I promise you, when you start acting from this place of quiet expectation, the universe starts rearranging itself to meet you there. The millionaire shift isn't about the money, darling. The money is just the evidence. It's about shifting from someone who hopes good things might happen to someone who knows good things are always happening. It's about moving from scarcity consciousness to abundance consciousness. It's about understanding that you're not asking the universe for anything it doesn't want to give you. Everything you desire already exists. Your job isn't to create it, it's to become a match for it. And the moment you start thinking, feeling, and acting like someone who naturally attracts abundance, abundance has no choice but to flow to you, because that's just how this cosmic dance works. So go ahead, make that shift. Stop hoping and start knowing. Stop asking and start claiming. Stop waiting for permission and start giving it to yourself. The universe is ready when you are, and darling, it's been ready for a very long time. If this resonated with you, if you felt something shift while listening to this, I want you to do me a favor. Drop a comment below and tell me one thing you're going to start claiming as already yours. Don't just think it, write it down. There's power in declaration, power in putting your desires out into the world. And while you're at it, hit that subscribe button, because honey, we're just getting started on this journey to becoming the abundant, magnetic, absolutely irresistible version of yourself that you were always meant to be.